Good day, champions. How do you continue to improve your life month after month, year in and year out? One word: productivity. Productivity is your ability to produce specific results within a set time period. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the one productivity system to improve your life. This system will provide you with the necessary tools to improve your life month after month, year after year. Anox Andoh here, life success coach, focusing on how to intentionally live your best life. Due to what your core values and goals are, your productivity might look completely different than mine. But I believe you agree with me that when you are in your 60s, 70s, and 80s and you look back on your life, you would want to know with great satisfaction that you spent your life in meaningful and purpose-filled ways. So let's get into the one productivity system to improve your life now. First off, let's agree that if you want to improve your life, you've got to be willing to do what most people are not willing to do. So put down your phone, let go of the constant social media distractions, stop wasting time or doing busy work in the areas that ultimately do not matter in improving your life, and start focusing your energy and motivation on working on the most important things in order to maximize your results. Once you're committed to doing the work required for the improved life you want, we move on to the second step, which is to decide what are the most important things you want in your life. Other ways to look at this is, what are the things that you really want in your life? Or what is the big picture? What is your vision for your life? There is a huge power in knowing what the answers are to these questions for you. But make no mistake, this doesn't have to be some big out of this world response. It could be, but it doesn't have to. It is simply to confirm what lights you up, what gives you energy, and brings out the best in you in each area of your life that you want more of, which is always a great thing to know. So you can simply get a pen and paper and write down the things that you really want in life, the feelings, experiences, people, and things you like to have and do in your life, as well as what you like to be. Put it all down in writing. Take a good 20 to 30 minutes, or as long as it takes, to reflect and write down all the thoughts, ideas that are coming to you. Do not filter or judge the thoughts or responses coming to you. Just do a brain dump and get everything down on paper. Then go over what you've written and pull out the things that really resonate with you. Once again, do not censor yourself or try to think if what you want is really realistic or possible. Remember, this is your one life. So what you really want is the only criteria for now. When I did this and tried to figure out what I really wanted, I realized that my vision was to intentionally create and live my best life, making significant impact on others while having amazing happy experiences with my beautiful family. And the different things I needed to make this vision a reality were my goals. To make the many goals or things you want manageable, we need to put them together in categories. You'll notice that they fall into categories or areas such as health and fitness, finances, love, family, relationships, career and work, spirituality, personal, contribution and legacy, for example. Step 3 then will be to determine the most important areas or categories that you've come up with based on the goals of the things that you really want. So first, you decided the most important things you want in your life. Now we are going to decide the most important areas by grouping the important things. Now, you can have more or less areas that I mentioned. I've heard someone with as much as 18 areas or categories, and another person with just 2, personal and professional. Whatever works for you. So group the most important areas of your life by listing the important things under the areas they belong to. I.e., having weekly romantic dinners with your significant other may fall under love or relationships or family, depending on the categories you have. Having your dream job may go under career, and building that dream 4-bedroom townhouse may go under personal, and so on and so forth. If a goal can fit into more than one category or area, just put it in one. There's no use trying to track the same goal twice. Now, you may have many goals, but I recommend that you do not work on more than 3 main goals in any category at a time. So choose the 3 big goals in each category to start with. These are goals that, as you think about them, may have ripple effect on the other goals once those are achieved. Step 4 then is to put a plan in place to take you from where you are now to where you want to be, and to work that plan. So you know where you are now, point A, and you know where you want to get to, point B. So you work backwards, determining the resources, the skills, the mindset, behaviors, people, and activities that you need to put in place in order to achieve this goal. Remember that vague goals and plans lead to vague results. So it is very important that you are as specific as possible. If you need some help on getting specific, I've got some videos you can watch linked above that will help you with this. Once you have your plan in place, make copies and paste all over your house, even in your office. Put them as your screensaver on your computer or on your phone to constantly remind you of what you are working on achieving, to motivate and inspire you to keep going each day. The 5th step is how to ensure that you continuously make progress in all the important areas of your life. How do you make sure some areas are not neglected or totally forgotten due to lack of focused attention? To do that, each month you sit down and evaluate what you've done so far. You rate your life in each of the categories you decided on based on how productive you have been in achieving the results that you seek. I prefer a simple 3-point score system. However, you could have a 5 or a 10-point score system. So with a 3-point system, a 3, or how you earn a 3, is if in that category you've done at least 80% or more of all the activities you scheduled to do in that month, in which case you did awesome. A 2 is you're doing all right. You've done at least 45% of all the things that you set out to do for the month. And a 1 is in need of improvement, as you have done less than 45% of all the things you set out to do in that category. So each month you sit down and you do a life productivity audit for each of the important areas of your life, tracking your important goals in each one. This way you assess your progress in each category over the last month to see where you are progressing well and where there is room for improvement or even a change. When you do the productivity audit and find out that you have a score of 1 in an area, this is an indication to you that certain changes must take place if you want to achieve the goals in that category sooner than later. If you have a score of 2 in an area, keep going. Change will occur at this pace. However, if you score a 3, results will come much faster as you keep up this pace of achievement. Based on this simple 3-point system, you will know which areas of your life you're doing awesome at, which areas you are doing okay, and which ones need improvement for you to be progressing towards your goals consistently. As long as you're able to make progress on the goals that you have determined, will take you from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you want to be, with scores of 2 or above. Keep going. Keep doing the activities you have scheduled. However, if a category scores a 1, then do some re-evaluation as to what needs to be done. Is it simple improvement of time focus and motivation, or is it the activities themselves that you need to evaluate in order to ensure to change what is not working and double up on the things that are working? This is how you use the 1 productivity system to improve your life month in, month out, year in, year out. Instead of going the wrong direction, away from what you want, instead of towards it without even knowing it. Because you do not have specific goals in place, a vision you are aspiring to, or taking the time to track it. Now, I have said this in many of my other videos. See those linked above. Because the research is so clear that the people you surround yourself with makes a big difference in what you achieve or do not achieve. This is simply because we as human beings model emotions and behaviors. So the last step is to surround yourself with people who are performing at the high productivity level you want to perform at. Because if you surround yourself with people who are inspired to work on achieving their big goals and dreams, people who are focused and committed to doing great things, people who are happy with their lives, you pick up their positive emotions and behaviors. But if you surround yourself with mediocre performers, time wasters, or unhappy people, you are highly likely to be pulled into such negative behaviors as well. You can read more about the network contagion effect and mirror neurons for all the science behind this step. So use this one productivity system to improve your life continuously and consistently, and soon you'll be seeing the results and getting the things that you really want in your life. Thank you for joining me this week. If you found this information useful, give the video a like and comment on anything that you have found helpful or that you plan on using. Check out these videos next and make sure to also subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified every week when a new video is posted.